I don't think I could have imagined or perceived a nation being deceived, a people being deceived to the point where they would be willing to accept sexual immorality from adults to children. They would be willing to accept us saying that eight-year-olds need to have their bodily parts cut off because they're not a boy, they're a girl, or girls to have their breasts cut off because they're not girls, they're boys, and a population actually be deceived enough to be partial to that group. Or now, like you said, Columbia University, it's happening. Yesterday I got reports of like 10 different universities that are dealing with riots, and Jews are being attacked on the campus. And you have that incredible partiality toward a violent group and against. So it seems like the partiality that we're seeing today is a partiality very similar to the KKK of the beginning. It's not this person's bad. It's if you're associated with them, you're all bad. And violence is justified. So cops are bad. All of them are bad now. Violence is justified. We've had 10 cops shot in the last, I think, 7 days. 4 of them have died, and they've been assault attacks. And it's in the minds of some people, it's justified because all cops are bad. It's incredible.
At least that's the narrative, right?
Exactly. That's the narrative. It's absolutely 100% not true. Everyone knows that. 11 million incidents a year on average. And, there are some bad ones, but the media takes 3 or 4 and paints all cops to be bad instead of taking 10 million incredible, heroic deeds and praising that. I think law enforcement, the way to attack this is our PIOs need to be better at promoting the heroic works. It needs to be combated the same way it's being fought against us. We need to be better at promoting the heroic works of law enforcement and just saturate society with the stories of heroism.
I think it's been so highly suppressed because they're afraid to associate. I think you just made that analogy. I think people the good guys, so to speak, law enforcement, first responders, people are afraid to associate with them because of being labeled with them, right? To be associated with people that are labeled, quote unquote, the bad guys, it is not good publicity to promote the bad guys. So therefore they say nothing, right? When they should say things. You see it. There's heroic things happening all the time. But there's not talk about it all the time. You have to dig. You have to go to the bottom of the when you're searching the internet. You have to go to the last page, that very last page, to find some kind of good reference, to what you're looking for. Because again, people are afraid to associate or lock arms with what truly should be promoted.
Yeah, if you went on Google and you searched police incidents, how far do you have to go down to find the good ones, the heroic ones? Yeah, it's amazing. And one of the things with OpOverwatch that, as this has evolved, that we didn't realize we were going to be doing, but now we're proud to do, is to be kind of a narrative, a front of how good, the good work of law enforcement, and to back law enforcement and to stand in the gap for them. And it's not... We don't do that. Like we've seen some of the comments that we get that we just were in awe of police. No, first of all, we are police, retired and active. It's not being in awe and trying to float the boat of law enforcement. Society needs strong law enforcement. If society loses strong law, we are seeing it. Society will collapse.